Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last press conference of the year for us, so we are eager to hear your questions.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
This was our last match. Yesterday you said that the Maltese players everyone need to suffer to obtain a good result. We suffered at times, but we played a very good game. I think the best game of this group. Your feeling about this match and the general comments on the overall performances now at the end of the group. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm very proud of my player, to be honest. I think that come here in Wembley and play against this kind of England, because it's one of the best England always, and they score seven goals against Macedonia, 3 goals against Italy, and with more chances to score, and come here and start the match like that, without fear, always brave. We shoot on target. We had corner kick, so we try to be as more offensive as possible. We didn't concede more chances to score to England, and after 7 minutes concede a goal only with an own goal. It could be a very difficult moment for us, but they react very, very well, not thinking about what could be, only searching to play as more as possible. So I'm very happy about that. I think that during these European qualifiers we grew a lot, and in fact in these last matches we played both the matches against Ukraine and England very well, and for everything, for grow we need time, and we are doing well, and I'm very happy about the performance of my player. The regret is that we didn't score. It would
have been?
It would have been amazing, but unfortunately we didn't. But apart that, we would like to make proud of us our fans and who follow us, and I think that today the player put on the pitch, the last drop was wet, what I asked them yesterday. So I'm happy.
Next question.
Okay.
Charles.
Mr. Marcolini, I think the first half was a good performance from the Maltese team. But what happened in the second half? They didn't reach their peak. I mean, the first half was much better.
Listen, I think it's normal. It's not easy to come here in England against this kind of team and don't concede so many chances to them and think that you could do the same in the second half. We tried, but as we said a lot of time, we have even to understand against who we play, and they did 5 substitutes. So the player that went in were amazing, and for us, when the minutes passed, it's normal that the fatigue become more, and to cover spaces is more difficult, but the attitude didn't change, and the willing to try to win the ball more higher was the same. But it's normal that when they go at the same level of speed 90 minutes, for us it's difficult. Even physically, it's normal that we suffer against this kind of team. The strong, the strength is different, and especially in the second half, it could happen that you suffer more than the first half. But the attitude, for sure, was always the same, trying to do our best. And to be honest, it was normal that first half was better than the second. But I don't have to criticize my player for nothing, to be honest. Yes.
Norma? I think it's Norma before Robert.
A good performance but no goals, as you said
Yeah.
before. Is Kamarit promising to address this issue within the national team, or are you already planning to explore newcomers in the near future?
For sure, Kemar could help us a lot, and this is why I put him in the first 11 in his first appearance. So we showed that we had this kind of trouble, it's true, and we will work on it. And I think that is not a problem about number of strikers on the pitch, because the problem is always the balance of the team, okay, to find the right balance. In the last two matches against Ukraine and even today against England, so very important teams, we find we shoot on target, and so I think that we are getting better from the beginning. So this is the way we have to continue. We have to try to do always better, and we know, and we try to work on it.
Robert?
And now the group stages are over. It was a difficult group indeed. Now the break, and then probably in March some international friendlies, but then the focus is in the UEFA Nations League, where obviously even the public expects now results, no?
Yes, I think that the fans expect it by 2 editions, no? So it's 2 editions that Malta would like to win, and they didn't. So for sure we will put everything we have to try to win. This is our aim. This is the aim that the association asked me when they decide to put me on the bench, and all the player, all the person knows that our aim is to win, is to win our group in Nations League, and we are working for that. And after we will watch what the pitch will tell us. I think that the fact that we are growing is a good thing. So we have to continue like that and arrive on September ready to do our best. This is the only thing that I can say for that.
Clinton?
Coach, we always argue and discuss in our mediums that we need more Maltese players playing abroad. Today, if not mistaken, we had 3 out of those players sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Jones, Attard, and Zach Muscat.
Yeah.
Was it a tactical change, the fact that these are playing in a much higher or in a much better leagues than ours, but at the same time they were not part of the starting 11? Was it a tactical change?
No, it's a tactical change. Cioè, se incide che stanno fuori. No, it's a technical in the particular, in the detail, especially for Zach, the reason was that I would like to have a left foot on the left, and it was very difficult to choose, because for sure Zach is playing very well in an important league like the first league of Portugal. So, and I know that he's a very good player, but today I was thinking that to try to build something more, I need a a left foot on the left, and this is why. It's important for me. This kind of experience for the player are for sure very important to grow, but it not means that if a player play abroad has to start to play from the starting 11 always. It depends by all my choice are thought about which kind of match we will play, which kind of opponent we will play against, which kind of tactics I need in this, I think, in this match. So the most important thing is, like happen in this international window, that everyone show me that they are in shape, and so I can choose, and much better when you can choose and remain sorry to leave out someone that maybe even him deserve to play, but at the end in football play only 11 and I have to choose.
Thank you very much, because now it's time for Mr. Southgate to continue. Thank you very much and good evening.
Thank you.
Okay, good evening everyone. Sorry for the slight delay. If you can use the microphone available and raise your hands, that'd be great. So who would like to start? Can I nail that?
Gareth, what was your take on that? Were you frustrated by what you saw, or what was missing?
Well, we didn't start the game well, and I've been in football for 35 years, and if you don't start games well, it's really difficult to pick it up. So we needed, of course, to show better quality with the ball, but also we were a bit stretched without it, and a little bit disjointed in our pressing at times. So we know not the level we would want to be at, we know not the level that we need to be at, but equally this group of players have been exceptional, and I'm not going to start getting into their ribs too much about a performance like tonight. It's we made a few changes, we didn't hit the levels we'd like to have, but they managed to win the game, and not in the style we'd have liked for the supporters, but in the end we've won comfortably, as we should. Scored a lovely second goal, and I think there were some individual performances that were very positive. I thought Trent was very, very good. Him and Phil in the first half were the two that looked like opening things up, and thought Mark Gurr, he had a very mature performance again. He's really growing as an international footballer, and it was lovely to get Cole Palmer on and give him a feel of things, and I thought he looked really very comfortable in the environment.
Hi Gareth, following on from those comments you talk about, you know, earlier you said that you didn't extend yourselves, not at that level. Just kind of moving forward as you look towards the finals themselves, is it a danger, is it a worry that with everything kind of secured now, top spot, qualification, that doesn't happen again and you need to be kind of on that top level going into the finals? Is it a worry, and how do you counter that, please?
No, it's not a worry, because I think sometimes when players have so many matches, they almost self-regulate. I've been a player. You know that there's a certain level you need to hit to beat Italy here, and you know that you don't have to hit that level to win today's game. And although you would think that everybody would be at the same level all the time, that's not the reality of football. So I've played in those matches myself, and there are nights where subconsciously you just do enough to win, and I think that's a little bit where we were tonight.
Apologise there. Sorry to follow.
Just kind of how you get them sort of stop them having more of those.
Well, we wouldn't be able to play against in March, the teams we've got in March. We wouldn't get away with it, and the players just would have a different level of motivation. This week was always going to be difficult. We've already qualified. The players are in the middle of a load of matches. We're trying to look after a few physically with the team selection, so you're making changes that, had we needed to win tonight to qualify, might be different. So the whole week has been a little bit like that. Couldn't really get the players on the pitch till Wednesday, and as a consequence, we were flat. And I accept that. That's where we were. But I'm not going to get into the players about that. I know why, and they've won another game of football. It could have been by more. I'm not quite sure why the third was disallowed, but there we are.
Paul.
Gareth, was Conor Gallagher taken off with an injury, or?
No, I just wanted to change the shape a little bit. Fick was on a yellow, wanted to get Phil in as a 10 a little bit more. I was very happy with how Phil was playing from that side, but I thought Bukayo could do that role as well. And we weren't really able to link down that left, and we were hoping Phil might drift out there a little bit to be able to give Marcus a release pass, and also to be able to open that side of the pitch up a little bit.
And the atmosphere in Macedonia will be different to what you've had in home matches. Are you tempted to look at certain players in that atmosphere purely to see how they cope in a different environment? Or?
Well, a lot of our decision making is physical as much as anything at the moment. So it's a strange thing. Probably if you've still got to qualify, there's a different focus on the games, and everybody's happy understands their players have got to play, and you're not subconsciously thinking about should we be pushing players out for another game. So we need to look at where we are after this game in terms of any knocks and bumps. We've got some fresh players to come in. We want to get the balance of the team right, and then assess whether there are certain things we want to see and learn from Monday night's game as well.
Hi Gareth, what was your view on the yellow card for Harry in the first half, and also how you felt Jordan Henderson did? Did you feel he was up to speed tonight?
I thought that I thought the yellow was a bit harsh. I thought there was definitely contact from the goalkeeper. I thought that was pretty clear. We were too stretched as a team, so I thought there was too much space for our midfield players to cover, and it meant that we weren't getting enough pressure on them, and that meant that our centre-backs were in a race a lot of the time with balls in behind. So I didn't like us as a team without the ball, and that made every individual's role more difficult.
Gareth, first of all, what's the situation with Marcus Rashford? Has he picked up a knock?
I think he's probably okay, but we just thought, given the nature of the collision, it was a chance to get Cole into the game, and I haven't assessed too much, but I think he was okay when he came off.
And just following on from the question about North Macedonia, you're all but assured of the top seed now. You've said that subconsciously the players maybe have let the foot off the gas a tiny bit. What do you want to see from them in Skopje, and what are you expecting from the hosts?
Well, we've had a really good calendar year, and we want to finish it well. Simple as that. We should be aiming to go, if we can, into the tournament unbeaten. We've got some tough games coming ahead, but that. I mean that. I'm a bit loath to say that, because then you start looking for draws when you want to go and win matches as well. So I want to get the messaging right on that. But you know, it's good for us to be away from Wembley again, a challenging environment, because that's what we're going to be in next summer.
Last question.
Gareth, we have seen Foden in two positions today, first on the right-hand side and then behind the striker. Where do you think he can provide more for the team?
I think he can do either. I thought his quality in the wide position was really good. There'll be certain games where, as the 10, he can provide that link. Of course, we were missing 2 other 10s from the squad this time, so we've got options in that area of the pitch. But Phil is a lovely footballer, and you know, played an important part in most of our good play tonight, really.
Okay. We'll end it there. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.